What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Operation Overhaul. This is Corey, and today we have a 2002 Toyota 4Runner with the 3.4. And today we're going to be doing a throttle body swap on this with a spark plug and wire change, or pretty much a whole tune-up is what we're going to be doing. But today I'm mainly going to be focusing on the throttle body because we're going to have to try to do a relearn procedure on this one as it is electronic. But if you have the vacuum actuated one, you do have to do like a preliminary vacuum check, and I'm gonna go over that in a little bit in case you have that style, and we will show you how to adjust everything if you need to. But on this one right here, it is all electronically controlled, so we're going to see if my scanner can do the relearn procedure on this. And like I said, let's just get to it. So, come on. Alright, like I said, we're going to be changing the throttle body. Here's the new one. It is a genuine Toyota part. I got it from Toyota, and from Toyota, these are not that cheap. They are about $700 is what I paid for this. But as you can see, it's got all the new throttle position sensors and all that stuff on it. And let me find. So as you can see, there's the Toyota numbers 62020, and I will get you the official part numbers on this in just a second. But it does have some coolant hoses that run to this and everything, so, and then 3 connectors. But we're going to get to it and start taking off everything, and we'll show you exactly how to do that step by step. So first things first is the air intake's got to come off, and got a couple lines that attach to it. So you should have one right here going to the air box, this one right here going to the resonator, and then another little resonator on the back, and then you're going to have a connector over here. Sometimes you got to push down, push up. Alright, there it goes. And then it's got like these little push-in tabs on the side. Then we'll go ahead and pull our air filter out because we will be changing that as well. Alright, then you have a bolt over here, one right here, and then one hose clamp up here on the throttle body itself. And let me go grab some tools. I'll come back and we'll take this off. Alright, so these are 12 millimeters right here and one down there. That's what they look like right here. I'm going to set them up there for the time being. Alright, then I'm going to take this off, which looks to be a 10 millimeter. That wasn't really tight right there either. So I can get another hose clamp put on that. I'm going to get a new one for this one as well. So there's actually 3 bolts that hold this in. I did not see the third one down here. Like I said, it is a 12 as well. Like I said, there's 3 here, here, and then 1 right there. put all this down to the side. Alright, now we can start taking off all our connectors and hoses and throttle cable. So take this throttle cable out, just lift it all the way back, and it should slide out. It's just got a little notch right here. I'll show it to you once I get it off. Got our connectors off. Let me grab a pair of pliers, and we'll take these two coolant hoses right here off, and then we have like a vacuum hose that runs up to this one. So I'm gonna grab a couple pairs of pliers, and I'll be right back. I got a pair of these hose pliers right here. I'm gonna use it to take this front vacuum line off. These two off. Now a little bit of coolant may come out of this. Yeah, we got a little bit coming out right now, but I'm gonna just tuck that up to the side. Alright. Yeah, there's gonna be a little bit more that comes out of this bottom one just because of the gravity. Right. Now that all that is off, we can go ahead and take these 4 bolts right here. There's 2 nuts on the top and 2 bolts on the bottom, and they look to be 12 millimeters. So right here, let me show you better. Like I said, 2 nuts on top, 2 bolts on the bottom. And after that, throttle body should walk right off. So what I was talking about on the butterfly is you spin it all the way back, and you see how that notch is cut in there. You just move the cable through there, and it should just slide right out. This is the old gasket. So with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and take the spark plug coils off. I'm going to grab a pick so I don't break the clips, because Toyotas break their little coil connectors really easy, so I'm going to get a pick so I don't break them. Alright, so I just get like a little 90-degree pick like this, and you can slide it up underneath here, and it'll walk right off. There we go. Now these coils, they feed 2 spark plugs each, because on these right here they have, let's see if I can get one of them off real quick. Alright. I'm going to yank one of them out for you real quick just to show you. And it is just a 10 millimeter that holds it on. Like I said, here's one of your coils. You can actually buy the boots separate from the coil itself, but it has another little area right here for the spark plug wire that runs over to the other side, and it feeds 2 cylinders off of 1 coil. I did buy the complete kit with the new boots and the wires, So, but I typically, you don't have to keep them in the same cylinder. I just like to do it that way. So I'm going to yank the rest of these off real quick. So this first one feeds number 1 and number 2. Then the second one feeds 3 and 4. Then the last one feeds 5 and 6. I'll set these to the side. So the set that I got comes with all new hold down clips and everything. And like I said, here's the new ends right there. And then here are the actual spark plug boots on the driver's side. And here are the boots for the coils themselves. So I did get the whole complete kit so I can replace everything. And I got NGK iridium plugs. It doesn't call for iridiums, but I went ahead and opted for those just so she can have longer life on the spark plug wires whenever she's driving it, and she don't have to change them as often. Because these from the factory only require platinums, but I do like to go like one step up if I can, you know, just to prevent a longer life on the spark plugs. Alright, this is what it looks like without the boot. It's got like another electrode inside of there, or connector on inside. So before I put the new ones on, I do like to put dielectric grease on this side as well, just to make sure it has a good connection. Like I said, I just put just a little bit in. That's not a lot in there. Alright. Like here's the new boot. And all you do is put it in there and you push, and that's pretty much it. Now getting them off can be a little bit harder because as they heat up and everything, they will stick to the coils. And what I'll do is I'll show you how stiff they are. I'll wipe some of this. So just grab it right here, give it a little twist, and it'll sound like it's crunching, but it's just pulling that connection off. And that's pretty much how you do that. So I'm going to put these boots on this coil and the next one. I'm going to change the boots on both of these coils, and I'm going to yank the plugs out, put a little bit of anti-seize on the plugs, and make sure that the gap is correct, and we'll throw them back in there. And I'll put on the new boots, I'll put a little bit of dielectric grease inside of these and inside of this connector right here too, just to make sure we got a good connection. This is the spark plug socket. It is a 5/8. I like using these a little bit longer ones on the ones that go down inside the head. This is a Sunex product. I do believe it is the same one that makes Max products, like their spark plug sockets. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's what I read. But I have the whole set that has the 13/16, 5/8, 9/16, and a 16mm, and it comes with those in the shallow, then it has the 9/16, 5/8, and 13/16 in the long. I do also have the swivel ones as well to get into the tighter spots. Now when I'm removing these, I like to use a manual ratchet instead of impact or something, just in case you have any binding or anything. I know some people don't really see the need to do it, but I just break them loose just to make sure that they're not like super tight, or if they're not cross threaded or anything, and then I'll rip them out with the impact driver. So these originally came with the Denso K16 TR11. It has the dual electrode sides on it, but like I said, we are going back with the NGKs on this. actually fairly loose on this one. They seem to be burning good just by the coloration and everything on the plugs. Yeah, these are actually fairly loose, so they weren't bad. Alright, put a little bit of anti-seize on the threads just to make sure that they don't gall up whenever you put them in, because this is aluminum. Also, I do like to thread them in by hand as much as I can before tightening them down. Like I said, it does have dielectric grease inside of the boot now. Just push it down till it bottoms out. Then we can put the screw back in there. And I'll run that down with a little impact driver. Now I'll go ahead and put the connector back on. So I'm going to repeat the process for the next two, and then we'll go ahead and throw the throttle body back on there, and then we'll get to the other side. The part number for these plugs is right there, if I can get it to focus. Yeah, part number for the plugs are right there, if anybody's interested. And these are the wires that I use. That's the part number to those. They are import directs from O'Reilly. They're not a sponsor or anything of the videos, that's just what I like to use. If you don't get like factory ones, these are actually pretty decent wires. Alright, got the coils and the plugs in and got them connected. I'm going to go ahead and throw the wires on the corresponding coils. But first I wanted to show you that they do come with the brackets. You can just pop them off, you don't have to take just the wires off. So whichever one's easier for you, go ahead and do that. Grab my pick. Like I said, they just pop out. Get this hose out of the way.
Was you getting wet for?
No. That's what that clip looks like that holds them in on the first one, and the next ones are just push off clips. Like they just got like a little notch in there. You just push them off. Put that in the holder there for right now. Alright, now we can start putting our throttle body back on. If it's dirty up inside of your intake, go ahead and clean it. This is the perfect time to do that. This one is actually extremely clean inside. There's no carbon. It's still got the aluminum, like brand new aluminum look, which I'm really surprised. So it's actually really clean inside, so we're not going to worry about cleaning it. And I'll go ahead and show you just so everybody can see. Look how clean it is up inside of that. And this car has like over 250,000 miles on it. Alright, we got our new gasket right here, and mine did come with a new gasket. Slide it over the studs, and then slide this over. And I did verify that this was the same throttle body before installing it or even removing it. I did verify it's the exact same one. This one, start the bottom bolts first, just to make sure that they go in the right place. I'm gonna go get the torque spec on that, and I'll be right back. So those nuts and bolts torqued to 13 foot-pounds, and I'm gonna grab my torque wrench real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, got it set to 13 foot-pounds. And reconnect these hose clamps, because I got the coolant hoses on now. Alright. Now I'm going to reconnect the throttle cable. There's that. Right, now we can put the air intake back on this side.